This is a draft of recording of the little glow sheep. It's the initial stages. There's going to be some bugs in this because I'm running out of time and I'm going to make mistakes during the recording of this. So let's just see how this works out. The original intent was to actually animate this story, but I ran out of time. My goal is to pretend that I'm reading this to Sarah. My goal is to pretend I'm reading this to Hope. Let's see where I mess up. Okay, I can't see. This story is voluntarily rated PG because it has possible relationship distress and possibly disturbing rock music. There once was a little sheepy named Hope. She was a glow sheep. No one knows exactly where she came from, but most sheepies think she just fell out of a tree. I didn't do that right, but whatever. The weird thing about Hope was that she made sheepies happy wherever she went. All she had to do was move close to sad sheepies. Messed up again. And whammo, kablamo, the sad sheepies turned into a happy sheepies. Yay! It really didn't take Hope long to make everyone in her little sheepy village happy, except there was one sheep she didn't know very well. Sometimes the sheepy villagers would hear really lousy and scary rock music come down from the mountain. While most of the sheepies would cover their ears and say mean things about the ram that lived at the top of the mountain. Yuck! Hope would bust out her Fender ukulele and plug it into her high-powered, quantum phase-shifting, artificially intelligent distortion pedal and rock along! Yeah! Wait, did Hope really do that? No, but she did think the ram's music was funny. So she decided to visit him. The sheepy villager stared as Hope started the long climb up the scary, spooky, out-of-tune mountain. Ooh. As Hope climbed, she met a timid squirrel. Chee-chee-chee. Actually, I think that came from another book a children's book, whatever. I probably need to cut the chee-chee-chee out. That's somebody else's. And a rabbit that had too much sugar. And a really big dog that had way too many Starbucks lattes. Now, the squirrel had been instantly calmed when she saw Hope, and the rabbit promised to cut back on the sugar. But this dog just stared and growled at Hope. The dog made Hope scared. But then something weird happened. The scary dog looked into Hope's eyes and accidentally activated her internal music box. What in the world? The dog couldn't resist and started waltzing in 3/4 time in G major. By the way, there's only one sharp in G major, and that's F sharp. The dog and Hope decided to become friends. The dog gave Hope his business card and told her to just ask for Max if she ever ran into trouble. So up the mountain went Hope, and the scary music got louder and louder and louder.
It was such fun. Kept us from getting.
Then all of a sudden, it got real quiet. quiet. And in the distance, Hope saw a quiet, somber ram crying on top of the mountain beside an 88-key Roland Juno DS. He was wearing an Iron Sheep t-shirt. There was a big hut with an obnoxiously large logo. Cows were mooing. Mm, mm, mm. Guess the guy had money. Not. But what Hope noticed the most was a sign over the door that had the words Grace, Faith, and Hope. Hope was no longer scared. She asked the ram, "What's your name?" I can't do a girl voice. The ram turned around puzzled. He was shocked anyone other than Max would speak to him, let alone a little baby sheep. But there was something very familiar about the little sheep. Meh. The ram suspected he had seen the baby sheep before. The baby sheep suspected she had seen the ram before. Finally, the ram said his name was O'Neill. Hope said O'Neill's name was nice. Then Hope asked O'Neill why he was crying earlier. O'Neill said, "No one ever comes to visit me anymore." "Have I seen you before?" Hope said back to O'Neill that they probably hadn't met, but that he did look familiar. What is that thing coming down? Oh my goodness. That's a little scary. That bird yeah. Woo! Oh! Can you believe what that bird just did? Then O'Neill gained the courage to look directly at Hope. She looked right back in a typical glow sheepy manner, even though a bird had just dropped something on him. Man, that bird, what was it? Whatever. And then something else weird happened. Hope's eyes started turning blue, and the junk on O'Neill's head disappeared. Yay! I didn't want that stuff on my head. Excuse me. Hope told the mean ram that her eyes were blue when she was a baby. O'Neill replied back, "I figured that glow sheepies are emotional beings. I was a glow sheep once, but I lost my faith and then my grace and then—" "What?" cried Hope earnestly. O'Neill said, "Every song I sang from then was always out of tune." That's actually influenced by, oh, crud, I can't remember. I'll have to put it in the credits. Great. Ugh. It was a classic, what is that? Crud, it's like, the Bossa Nova dudes, the Cuban stuff. There's a Desfinado. Is that it? Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting it wrong. This is like a draft, thing. So, what is that? Anyways, he's a very, 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 very famous Cuban musician, I think. So I'm trying to put it in the comments. I'm late and I need to get done. So O'Neill said every song I sang from then on was always out of tune. Hope felt so bad for O'Neill that her internal music box kicked in again, but this time with a reggae beat. The music was so cool that we can't play it here, but Stevie Wonder and Bishop T.D. Jakes would have both approved. And just like that, reggae flowers started growing. Whoop! Reggae hearts started falling. Whoop! Reggae rainbows appeared, and a few villagers below said they spotted Toby Mac taking a selfie with Elvis. Elvis is alive? What? Hope was so surprised at what happened that she promised to visit O'Neill regularly, and the villagers below said they would stop making fun of O'Neill's horrible music. The sheep villagers below were even happier than before, so they decided to give Hope and her sisters full rides to a Ouachita Baptist University, and then they gave O'Neill a tutor so he could pass Muth 1621, which is better known as Oral Perception 1. Wait, Hope has sisters? Wasn't she born by falling out of a tree? How does that work? Well, how Hope was born and how she managed to get sisters is a story for another time.